Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Draftkings stock, or ticker symbol DKNG. Alright, so this stock has gone absolutely parabolic over the past few weeks. It is on fire. If you guys aren't familiar, I'm sure a lot of you are. This is the hottest stock on Robinhood right now, as we'll look at in an article a little later in the video. But this stock, high demand for this stock right now, so I figured it would be necessary just to give you guys my 2 cents on it. Okay, so before we get into looking at Robinhood, as you can see, I have my phone mirrored here. We'll look at Robinhood. We'll for a very bird's eye view of the charts, and then we'll dive into the charts and back. I just want to show you guys a few technical indicators that I'm looking at personally, and then we'll go into a few articles in regards to the fundamentals of the stock. Okay, so prior to doing that, I want to give you guys kind of a very brief summary of what I think about DraftKings, just fundamentally off the top of my head. Okay, so DraftKings, gambling. I think gambling is here to stay. I think gambling is a great industry that will continue to grow. Similar in cannabis, that it's a young industry. It has a lot of upside potential ahead of it. But and like the regulation around these sectors are getting easier and easier for them to operate. Okay, so again, gambling, it's a vice. I'm long vices for sure, especially in times like these where we're seeing some tough times in the world right now. So vices are very important and crucial during these times, in my opinion. So I am long gambling. I think DraftKings is a powerful name. It's a powerful brand. They have pretty good they have pretty good financials, I should say. So I think DraftKings is a solid stock. All that said, I think it is extremely overvalued right now, and I think this is a bubble that is waiting to pop. Okay, so I'll get to, again, when we look over the fundamentals and some of the technicals, I'll show you guys why I think this is a bubble. If you guys have been following the channel, you know that we do cover a decent amount of bubbles on this channel. I do talk about bubbles a lot. I've played bubbles in the past, a cryptocurrency bubble, cannabis bubble. Again, if you follow the channel, you would know that we caught the Moderna bubble that could still be in play, but it was pretty bubbly. We caught that pretty early on, okay? So trust me, I like to at least think that I know a bubble when I see one. And DraftKings right now, again, it is a good company. I believe in it long term, but I feel like it is currently extremely overvalued, and I do think that this bubble will pop. All right, so that said, let's look at let's just look at Robinhood again. I want to give you guys the bird's eye look at these charts here, okay? And again, this is the hottest stock on Robinhood right now, so I figure it would be appropriate to look at it on Robinhood. All right, so before we do that, actually, if you guys do gain value from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like and subscribed if you're not already and want to catch more content like this. If you are, as always, I appreciate you. Okay, so yeah, let's look at Robinhood right here. So we'll start with the day and we'll just go down the line, okay, just to show you guys how, if you guys haven't been following along, we'll walk through this together, how extreme these movements have been. Okay, so one day we're up 10% on the day. Monday, first day of the trading week, very bullish going into the week. Let's look at the weekly. So up 41% on the week. It started last week at $30, just almost right on the dot where I was at least. So up 40% on the week. Let's go to the monthly, up 123% on the month. Okay, so it's over 2x in just a month. 3 months, wow, up 170%. Okay, so it started, its low on March 12th was $11. Okay, so it was at a low of about $10. And then this is a crazy looking chart right here. Okay, just flat, 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 flat. And then it just exploded. Okay, so it makes sense to me why this exploded. This is again, it's very similar to cannabis, even in the way the price action is acting to the early cannabis bubble when like Tilray first IPO'd. Okay, so people are getting really excited. Again, it's a vice. It's kind of in the same category as cannabis. New industry, a lot of potential, a lot of future potential, a lot of upside potential ahead of it. But I think people are overstepping their bounds a little bit. Again, this is the hottest stock on Robinhood. You know what, we'll close, again, that's all I wanted to show you on Robinhood. I just thought it would be appropriate because it is the hottest stock on Robinhood. I want to show you guys this article quick, okay? So we'll close the phone out and then go to just this. This is literally the only part of this that I want to show you guys, okay? So over the last day, DKNG has attracted more new Robinhood users than any other name. Okay, so DraftKings is flocking all the Robinhood users, okay? And again, if you've been following the channel, I have mentioned this before, but Robinhood, during this quarantine, during this kind of pandemic and global crisis, Robinhood is seeing more users and growth in terms of signups than ever before, okay? So there's so many newer investors getting onto this platform. A lot of people using their unemployment, using their stimulus check money to flow directly into Robinhood, get invested, which is great. That's awesome that people, especially new investors, are educating themselves on investing and having your money make you money. That's great. I completely support that 100%. But that said, they are newer investors who are least experienced in the game and way more prone to chasing the shiny objects. Okay, and DraftKings is the epitome right now of a shiny object in my mind. Okay, and I'll say this as the last fundamental part of this argument before we look at the charts and the technicals on the first page. I thought this guy in this article said it very well. Okay, so Matt McCall on Investor Plays, why patience is key when it comes to DraftKings stock. You guys can read the whole article if you want, but I just want to read this because I think he said this well. DraftKings' rapid rise isn't unfounded. The company's long-term growth prospects are compelling, but it's worth noting that over the past few weeks, DraftKings stock has gotten expensive. In a market as uncertain as this one, DraftKings will likely experience a pullback, at which point investors should pounce. Okay, so I think that's a good plan. I am personally, again, I think this is a bubble. I think it will pop pretty soon here. And I think, again, because it's a good company, once it does see this correction and once this bubble does pop and comes back down to levels that I think are reasonable, I will buy this for a long-term investment because, again, I do believe in the long-term potential of this company, but the stock is just so ridiculously overvalued in my mind right now that I cannot, I am actually shorting it, okay? And I'll talk to you guys about my shorts at the end so pretty soon here, actually, just after I show you these two indicators. Okay, so DraftKings, again, like looking at this chart, this is the daily chart. Crazy. The beginning of this year, we were sitting at about $10. Again, it came back down there when everything crashed back in March. It was around 10, 11 bucks. And since then, it has over 4x to $44 as of today, which is insane. You see this insane spike in volume growth right here. Those are all green bars right there for the past few days, which is insane. The stock is seeing so much hype. And again, that's what scares me. The volume, all green volume. Again, the fundamentals are good, but it doesn't warrant this. This is a bunch of hype and FOMO, to be completely honest. This is so many people, so many newer investors flooding into the stock because it's a shiny object that they want to chase. They see it going up, they think it can go up forever, and you invest. So if you do want to invest in this right now, I really encourage you, again, this is not financial investment advice, never is, this is just my opinion. But if you do want to invest in DraftKings right now, I highly encourage you to look at the financials, look at the PE ratio, look at the actual structure of this company and think to yourself, is this a wise investment at this moment? Because to be honest, just the fact, like the fact that it's the hottest stock on Robinhood right now is such a good indicator to me that it's about time that this bubble pops and the hype is over. And again, I don't think this can last long. And if you just look here, these are technical indicators. Again, if you guys do follow the channel, you'd know that technicals come very secondary to me, but they can play an important role. So if you just look at this stochastic RSI, move my fat head real quick so you guys can see that. So stochastic RSI, very historically just solid indicator, is about as high as it can possibly be. It's pretty rare you see this for this duration of time. So for the past almost like 2 months, the daily stochastic RSI has been around 100, which is as high as it can get. It cannot go past 100. And then traditional RSI, which is super rare, is at a 90. So that is relative strength index. If you guys don't know it, this is it's a very popular technical indicator. You guys can look it up if you want. I'm not going to go into that now. But when both of these are floating so high, it is very dangerous in my mind that again, 90 is very rare to see. It's very rare. It's like 70 is high for RSI, to be honest. But 90 is almost unprecedented for stocks. And I do think, almost for a fact, again, I'm convinced in my mind that this will pull back. My money is on that. I do have put options on this stock right now. My money is on the fact that it will come down over the course of the next month, 2 months max. But I think it'll probably come down. If I was to give you guys a price target in my mind, I'm expecting the stock to come down to about $22, okay? So on the low side, it would be about $18, where it's floating at around here. This was a definite point of resistance for the entire month of February. So at the low end, I think it could come down to about $18 or $19, but I think a reasonable correction would be down to about $22. So before this, or at the beginning of this rally, the first high it reached before it saw that corrective day, and took about a week to correct back up to that high, was $22. So I would expect this to fall back down to about $22 over the course of the next month or two. We'll see. Again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before, but I have played many a bubble in my day, and this definitely looks to me to be a bubble. Okay, so again, that said, If you guys are interested in seeing my exact positions in this stock, you guys can check out my portfolio product and newsletter. It's the first link down in the description. So for instance, with this video, I record and upload this later in the day. But like this morning, I sent a newsletter out to everyone watching, or everyone subscribed to the newsletter, and just talked about why I'm currently shorting Draftkings position, or the Draftkings stock, along with the complete breakdown of the exact put option positions I have on it. If you guys aren't familiar with put options, don't worry about it. But if you do trade options, you get to know exactly which options I have. Along with the options, I do have a lot of stocks in that portfolio as well. So it's probably about 40 to 50 positions in the complete portfolio. And I do break down every trade I make every day in that portfolio and send out the newsletter talking about why I made the trades I did and rationalizing my thoughts in regard to those trades. Okay, so check that out if you want. If not, no worries. But yeah, you guys, those are my thoughts on DraftKings. Please let me know what you think down below. If you are thinking about investing now, what is your reasoning behind wanting to invest now? And if you think that this is probably a good call and this is a bubble and it's probably going to pop soon, let me know down below as well. Okay, or if you guys got in early and caught this right up, because I know a lot of you guys have been hitting me up about that. And congratulations to you. I was not that early. This stock was looking very bubbly for a few weeks now. That said, if I got into it early, that would have been a great game, but I didn't, and now I'm capitalizing on the opportunity I see to short this stock. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did gain any value from it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Drop a comment down below and just talk shop. Always love talking shop with you guys. Learned so much from you guys, so look forward to seeing you guys down there. And that said, until next time, you guys, take action, make waves. Peace. All right, bye, guys.